Has been underway to take the plane home for months now, but as Elaine Young explains, you can't move an airplane along a busy street very quickly.
They waited and they waited for what one fan called history in the making. The day Elvis Presley's plane, the Lisa Marie, returned home to Memphis.
We'd like to see the plane that Elvis flew around for all those years and just get a good look at a little bit of history, a little bit of nostalgia.
The fans didn't seem to mind that traffic was backed up along Winchester and Elvis Presley Boulevard for 3 hours as the Lisa Marie moved slowly through intersections. Part of the jet's tail section and wings had been removed, but at some points it was still a tight squeeze. There were some who didn't set out to watch the plane's arrival, but because of the traffic jam, they had no choice.
Came here today to go to the bank. I had no idea this was happening. I heard it on the radio, so I figured I'd stay around and watch it.
The Presley estate sold the Lisa Marie following the singer's death for more than $1 million. No one has said yet what it cost to get it back.
It took more than 2 hours to get the Lisa Marie to this spot across from Graceland that she'll call home. But none of the fans out here watching seem to mind.
We were in Florida coming up here, and then we wanted to stop here at Graceland to see the mansion. We haven't toured yet.
What do you think about moving the plane here?
I think it's fantastic.
You why?
I think it's fantastic.
I came just to see how they were going to get a plane down airways.
Elaine Young, News 3 at Graceland Mansion in Whitehaven.
And see a favorite of Elvis coming back home to Graceland. Jamming it to your favorite lunchtime spot today on the south side of town, there was a traffic jam that had nothing to do with lunch or cars. It was a plane, Elvis Presley's Lisa Marie, and as you would imagine, it attracted plenty of attention. The old Delta jet Convair 880 began its journey at 5 this morning, leaving its temporary home at the Memphis airport for a permanent stay at the home of its former master, Graceland. But getting it there took some time and a bit of doing. At the top of your screen, it's easy to see the convoy had to make some special efforts, literally not to run through the lights. In addition, 35 feet had to be cut off of each wing in order for it to ride down the street. Those wingtips will be replaced once the plane is settled. In the meantime, over on Elvis Presley Boulevard, the crowds had begun to gather.
We live in this area, and I thought someday they'd enjoy talking about being able to see it.
I brought my little boy here. He's interested in planes and all, so I thought it'd be interesting to him and all to see a plane like this.
Oh, I see it! It's blue! Here comes the jet.
Shortly before noon, the largest piece of Elvis Presley memorabilia came rolling down the boulevard. But by now, it was not alone. Even the city and county mayors didn't miss this event. The legendary Elvis spent $1 million refurbishing this plane, and because it was his favorite, he named it after his daughter. It took 2 years of planning to get it back to Elvis's home, so a day like today couldn't go unnoticed.
We, Richard C. Hackett, the mayor of the city of Memphis, Tennessee, and William N. Morris, Jr., mayor of Shelby County, Tennessee, do hereby proclaim February 22nd, 1984 as Lisa Marie Day, and we ask all of you to join us.
I commend you on continuing to preserve our memories of an outstanding Tennessean and make them accessible to the public. And it's signed Lamar Alexander, Governor.
The plane was flown here from Florida and will be a major tourist attraction across from Graceland Mansion. And by the way, the Lisa Marie will go on display in May with tours inside and out.
Looked a little unusual having a plane coming down.
Yes, it was a bit unusual today, and of course it's something like that that puts Memphis on the map.
Sure, a lot of hoopla. It's kind of nice to see sometimes in town.
Graceland and all.
This luxury jetliner arrived at its final destination at Graceland today. Marjorie Ford reports.
A parade led by high school musicians marked the arrival of the Lisa Marie. The plane, which once belonged to singer Elvis Presley, was named for his daughter, and as it was being returned to Memphis for public display, his fans, like Sue Johnson of Atlanta, were there for the homecoming.
I loved him. He was precious, precious.
And also on hand were Mayors Hackett and Morris.
And now, therefore, we, Richard C. Hackett, the mayor of the city of Memphis, Tennessee, and William N. Morris, Jr., mayor of Shelby County, Tennessee, do hereby proclaim February 22nd, 1984 as Lisa Marie Day, and we ask all of you to join us.
Lisa Marie will be parked permanently across from Elvis's Graceland mansion, and public tours of the jet will begin next month.
The tour of the plane will really include a pre-presentation capped by a walk through the plane, which we think together will really be a fun experience.
The Lisa Marie adds yet another piece of history to the Elvis legacy here in Memphis, and like Graceland Mansion, it too is expected to become a major tourist attraction. Marjorie Ford, Channel 13, Eyewitness News.
We'll be back with more news on the 6 o'clock with...
February 20. Jet landed in Memphis just a short time ago. Those are exclusive pictures of the Lisa Marie. As you know, this was the plane Elvis used to take him on concert tours around the world. Elvis's father sold the plane in 1978, but it will now be displayed across the street from Graceland. There it is coming in. The plane flew in from Florida today. It will be dismantled and then taken to its display area. Touchdown. The display will be open by the middle of May. That's a little bit like seeing the space shuttle, you know, come back to Earth. There it is. The Lisa Marie hasn't been here for a long while, but that's it, coming back this afternoon to Memphis International Airport. We'll have more about that at 10 for you. In the meantime...